All right, everybody. So today we're diving into the Smoothie Diet, 21-day rapid weight loss program.
Definitely one that a lot of people are curious about.
Yeah, you know who wouldn't be intrigued? Swapping meals for smoothies, dropping pounds, it all just sounds...
Almost too good to be true.
Exactly. And since we're all about separating fact from fad diets, well, let's
Yeah.
get into it, shall we?
Let's do it. This one, like you said, it's appealing because at its core, it's pretty simple, right?
Yeah, from what I gathered, it's basically swapping out your breakfast, lunch, dinner, all that for these specially made smoothies for 21 days straight.
And that's the hook, isn't it? That 21-day number. They're banking on habit formation, the idea that if you can change something for 3 weeks.
It'll stick. I've heard that before, but
Yeah, well, whether 21 days is magic or not, we'll get into that. But first, what are we actually putting in these smoothies?
right, gotta know what's fueling this whole thing. I did see a lot of leafy greens mentioned, spinach, kale, that sort of thing.
Pretty standard smoothie fare. Berries, too. Bananas for sweetness and creaminess. Some recipes even had mango pineapple.
Sounds pretty tasty, actually. But nutrient dense gets thrown around a lot. Are these ingredients really enough to replace actual balanced meals? You know, with your protein, carbs, healthy fats?
That's the million-dollar question, and honestly, it's where things get a bit more complicated. Yeah, fruits and veggies are packed with good stuff, vitamins, antioxidants. No argument there.
But they're not the be-all, end-all.
Not quite. See, relying solely on smoothies, even ones packed with goodness, could lead to deficiencies.
Deficiencies, huh? Like what?
Well, for one, protein. It's crucial. And while some smoothie recipes might incorporate protein powder, getting enough on this diet means you've got to be really careful with your choices.
So it's not just a free-for-all at the blender?
Not if you want actual results, no.
Yeah.
And then there's healthy fats, super important for hormone production. Feeling full. Smoothies often skimp on those unless you're adding things like avocado, nut butters, that kind of thing.
Makes sense. Got to keep those energy levels up. But what about fiber? Smoothies don't exactly scream high fiber to me.
You're right to think that. While fruits and veggies naturally have fiber, the blending process, it actually breaks down some of that fiber.
Ah, so you're not getting as much as you would eating the same ingredients whole.
Interesting. And that can impact how full you feel. Which, let's be real, is a big deal on any diet, especially one designed for rapid weight loss.
Speaking of, they make some bold claims about shedding pounds quickly. But how much weight are we really talking about here? And more importantly, is dropping weight that fast actually healthy?
Right, so while everyone's different, rapid weight loss is generally considered anything over 2 pounds per week. And yeah, the smoothie diet, it definitely falls into that category.
Okay, so not exactly a slow and steady approach.
Not at all. And that's where the potential problems come in. Losing weight too fast can mess with your metabolism. And not in a good way. Well, your body goes into a bit of a panic mode when you slash calories drastically.
Yeah.
It might start burning muscle for fuel instead of fat, which is the opposite of what you want. You end up skinny fat, thinner, yeah, but not necessarily healthier.
Yikes. That doesn't sound good. So what happens after the 21 days? Are people just supposed to live on smoothies forever? Because that doesn't seem sustainable. Or, frankly, very fun.
That, my friend, is the million-dollar question. This program, like many others focused on rapid weight loss, doesn't really address the after.
No guidance on how to transition back to regular food.
Often, not really. It's like they drop you off at the finish line after a sprint, but then you're left wondering how to run the marathon of life, you know?
Okay, so maybe not the magic bullet solution it's hyped up to be, but there's got to be some good stuff, right?
Oh, for sure. Like you said earlier, the convenience factor is huge. For busy people who struggle to find time to cook healthy meals, smoothies are a godsend.
I can see that. Blend, go, no fuss.
Exactly. And if you're someone who struggles to get enough fruits and veggies in your diet normally, well, smoothies can be a really easy way to up your intake.
Plus, there's something to be said about simplicity. No agonizing over meal plans, no huge grocery hauls, just prepped ingredients ready to blend.
Absolutely. But it's important to remember that simple doesn't always equal cheap. Buying all those fresh ingredients, especially out of season, can get pricey fast.
True. Convenience often comes with a price tag.
It often does. And, while it seems like everyone and their grandma is hopping on the smoothie train these days, the science behind using liquid meal replacements for long-term weight loss is still evolving.
So what does the research say so far?
It's mixed. Some studies show they can be effective for short-term weight loss, but the jury's still out on whether those results last. There's a lot more research to be done on the long-term impacts on things like metabolism, body composition, even gut health.
So what's the takeaway for our listeners today? Should they be rushing out to buy blenders in bulk?
Like with any diet, it's about weighing the pros and cons. The smoothie diet has some appealing aspects, but it's not a magic solution. It's crucial to talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian before making any drastic changes to your eating habits.
Couldn't agree more. So, listener name, while a smoothie cleanse might sound tempting, remember that real lasting health comes from sustainable changes, not quick fixes.
Exactly. It's about finding what works for you long term.
And on that note, this deep dive has made one thing clear. Maybe the real question isn't whether smoothies can help us lose weight quickly, but whether our obsession with quick fixes is actually preventing us from making the kind of lifestyle changes that lead to sustainable health and happiness. That's something to chew on, listener name.